Hey there, and welcome to the daily podcast where wisdom smacks us with kisses or love taps. I'm MichelleSpiva, a wisdom strengthening coach, your host, and practical priestess of wisdom. Mwah. Join us daily to gain wisdom and mental strength as we tackle innovative thinking, address emotional and behavioral life traps, and yes, provide you with some practical how to's to wrap it all up. So settle in or crank up the speed 2x, whatever gets your mental processes firing as we dive in. Stay tuned. Yay! Will you sit down with all that flittering about? But I'm trying to make sure everything is ready and done. I know, but you can take a break. Sit down, relax. Come on, breathe it all in. Hey, this is MichelleSpiva, your practical priestess of wisdom, and I want to welcome you to today's podcast of Wisdom Smack. So join me as we talk about, yes, how to breathe it all in. I'll see you on the flip. If you're listening at the time of this recording, I want to wish you a very happy holiday, season's greetings, and Merry Christmas. And if you're not, still stick with me because I still want to wish you very, very happy day. Well, I don't want to say happy. I want to say very joyful days. And so let's get into it. So today we're going to be delving into how to cease and just be. That is something that I know that I struggle with, and a lot of people might. Now, it might be based on your culture, your upbringing, or even your just natural propensity that you might be one of those busybody people that just can't stay still. And if you are, honey, I feel for you. Okay, so today we're just talking about how to breathe it all in. And you would think that would be very easy, but it's not as easy for a lot of people. And it's probably also not easy due to how we have set up our lives and how we work, we make our money, how much time we have to quote unquote deal with ourselves and our families and all of that. And on a day like today, when you've got stuff to do, even though it's a day of celebration around the globe for a lot of people, you still have that feeling that, okay, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. We need to be happy, and someone is picking up all of the wrapping paper and putting it in the trash bags as you go. Somebody is trying to take the pictures to make sure that the day is recorded. Somebody is trying to make sure that the food is on point to be ready for when it's time to sit down and all of these kind of things. And I just want to give you a quick little, it's okay to sit down and take a breather. Take it in. I will say this. I used to balk at the power of just taking in a breath and releasing it. And yes, I know you're probably rolling your eyes like, I know she's not about to talk to us about breathing on Christmas. Yes, I am. A little bit. And the reason why is because it's important. And do you realize that just by taking the time to breathe in and out in a continuous pattern, concentrating on that breath to pretend, imagine, or visualize that it reaches all the way from your toes. And if you can't manage that, just the bottom of your stomach, even. And it reaches all the way to the bottom of your stomach, and then it reaches all the way to the tippy top of your head. You do that about 25 good times. And I will tell you, for some people, you're going to feel lightheaded, euphoric. You're going to start feeling like you're in a dream, a daze, maybe even swaying. And the reason why is because your body will have began the oxygenation process to give your brain and your cells more oxygen than you've probably had in quite a while. There is a man that I absolutely adore with his breathing techniques, and I try real hard. Yes, I do. I try real hard to do them. And when I am feeling that go, 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 agitation, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like even today, looking at the time, I'm like, okay, this has to be done by this time because I have to have this ready and I've got to be ready for these people. We all have it. And I'm even talking to myself. We got to take time to breathe it in sometimes. So, Wilm Hoff, and I'm going to put a link to him in the description. And I encourage you to check him out. He's also known as the Iceman. He is able to operate in the temperature so low that people are like, is he alive? And he is really good at helping people to learn how to regulate their systems, their internal systems, and be able to do a lot of great things. And I encourage you to just check him out to learn how to breathe it in. Okay, so now that I've told you about Wilm Hoff and some of the great things that he does, I want to also get into some of the other stuff that's going to help you. I'm not going to keep you long today because, like I said, we all have stuff to do. And let's face it, expectations to meet. But in the meantime and in between time, when we have this little shared time together, let's get into some wisdoms. And so, yes, we have so much to do to every day, like I've said. But there comes a time when you need to consciously breathe and you need to relax. And when I say relax, I'm not talking about just lays about. I'm actually talking about consciously relaxing your muscles, relaxing your mind, giving yourself a respite, or for some people, a Sabbath, where you don't do anything. You just allow yourself to release and to repair and to receive what you need to keep going. It's kind of like a pit stop. Yes, you do need to do that. And if you can't do it today, please make time for it real soon. Because if you were an external person observing your life for the last few weeks, you'll see that you've been running and doing and some people stressing over the expectations of this season of trying to make sure that you still do your work that's required of you, do your family duty, and also fulfill the expectations of society when it comes to the seasons of holiday cheer and greeting and all of that. And so you need to have some time to breathe and to relax. And not, let's just put it out here. It benefits you to do this because when you do this, you receive the ability to breathe in healing, hope, help, and even some happiness. And y'all know I'm well, if this is the first time you're listening, we talk about certain things here. We talk about seeking out joy instead of pursuing happiness because joy contains happiness, but happiness does not necessarily contain joy because happiness is a fickle thing. Happiness comes from the word hap, which means a gamble. You may or may not get happiness, and it can be kind of squirrely. But if you seek joy, joy is very solid. It is very accommodating and consistent. And it becomes a strong thing for you where it cannot be moved. And joy can produce happiness. So why don't you just go for the generator, the mother, if you will, of happiness instead of just trying to go after a capricious thought or feeling that may or may not come. All right. So anyway, let's get back onto this. So of course, we want to make the best of each day, especially a day like today. And so I'm going to ask you to do me a solid, do me a favor, and just take a moment. It didn't take long, and I said a moment. That's not even a minute, a moment to recognize how far you've come. Yes, recognize that today you are here because of the things that you have done, the things that you have received, the things you have hoped for, and all of that. And I will say, if you don't like where you are today, then I want you to do this. Remember that you came to pass and not to stay here. Nothing is stagnant. Nothing is forever. There is really no sense of permanence except for change. And so, if you don't like where you are, once you take that moment to recognize where you are, understand that even though you came this far, you can't you can't re- you can't underestimate the power of movement. That you still have a far ways to go, and that far ways to go can and should be a joyous occasion, a joyous journey. And so, with that, I want you to just be joyful. One of the things that I used to pursue is joy. And it wasn't until I went back and did some studying, because I got tired of pursuing joy and not knowing what it felt like. And I went back and did some studying, talked to some elders who helped me understand that joy is a state of being. Either you are or you ain't. And so choose to be joyful about your life, about your journey, about what you have, about what you don't have. Think about it. Today, I know many people that they're joyful, and they are joyful because they understand that it is something that you just be. Think of people, and I don't want to, make people feel bad, but there are people that I personally know that are still finding joy today. And they are finding joy in spite of the things that they're dealing with today that they weren't dealing with last year. Things that can be scary for a lot of us. So, whether you have a lot or you have a little, whether you are filled with a home full of people, whether you like them or not, or you're by yourself, do not mope, do not despise, have nothing to do with those negative things that will sap more of the life out of you and cause you to not be able to breathe it in. Because when we linger on those negative things, it makes our breath shallow. It doesn't feed our soul and our brain like a good old hearty breath could, that could cause us to relax and to be able to receive healing and hope and help, and yes, some happiness. So consider that. And then the next thing is with all of the gift giving out here, one of the biggest gifts that I want you to consider giving yourself right now, and yeah, you could do it right now. One of the biggest gifts I want you to do is I want you to predict and project your greatness for now and in the future. Predict and project. You have the power to do that. You are the architect of your soul. Don't believe me? Go out and say that you're going to do something, or ask someone to, no, better yet, ask someone to do something for you and watch and see if they don't do it. That is the power of our creativeness. We have that power to be so creative, to cause things to happen just by our words. So, if you're able to do that, do it for yourself. Yes, I want you to predict what's going to happen and then project it into your life starting now. And so, with all of this, and I thank you so much for listening because it's just a blessing and I'm very grateful for you. But I just want to make sure that as we're getting our little wisdom smacks to help us today, there's nothing big and profound. It's just some little reminders here and there, like to consider pursuing joy instead of happiness. Simple things like daring to try something new. And this is a big one, allowing others to do for you as you do for them. Now, if you've been somebody who people have been doing for the whole year, why don't you just consider shocking them and doing for them? It doesn't mean that you have to try to spend a lot of money if you don't have it. No, get creative. You're a creative sort. Maybe there is something of your time, of your services, of your talent that you can give to others as well. and breathe it in. Because when you breathe it in, you always have to exhale something. And what you breathe in should be good. What you exhale out should be all the negative, the bad, the used up, the depleted. Yes, breathe it out. And this is a big one. When you are breathing in, I want you to engage in some faith exercises. And these faith exercises are just simple. As you breathe in with an image, a feeling, a thought, a hope, a statement, an internal statement of what you want more of. And when you release out what you don't want any more of, what you are done with. And as you do that little faith exercise, make sure you do it for at least, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Make it real simple, okay? Because we're very practical here. What I want you to do is I want you to take in a breath for 5 seconds. If you have to start off with the first one, count it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't rush it, but count it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it for just about two or three beats, and then release it. Of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that about 6 rotations. What that's going to do is that's going to tell your body, get in line, get in line. Something is happening. And then after you've done that to get yourself adjusted and get yourself all back together, then I want you to have these continuous breathings, breathing in as much as you can and not stopping when you breathe it out or release it out. Don't push it out, don't force it out. Just allow it to escape from your body. And do that for about 25 rotations. And I'm going to tell you, you do that for about 25 rotations, actually doing it this way, with the 1 minute of breathe in and breathe out, 5 seconds each. That'll give you about 60 seconds of doing that. And then you do that 25 in and out. You'll start to become more aware of yourself, of your surroundings, because you'll begin to oxygenate your brain and your cells and bring vitality in. Now, if you go check out Wilm Hof, he does something, well, he does the 25 breaths in and out. And what he does is at the end of the exhale of the 25th breath, he tells you don't take in another breath. And he wants you to hold it for about 2 minutes. Now, y'all, I try to work on it. I really do. I think the most I've ever gotten to was 1 minute, 37 seconds. So close, but yet so far away. But it is exhilarating. It is great. It does help you to reset yourself. And isn't that what it's all about? When you get opportunities like today, isn't it time to just do that? Now, let me just say something really quick to my people who are out here working, who are spending the holiday by themselves. I want you to know that you are not alone, you are not disregarded, and you are not forgotten. I want you to understand that as you breathe in all of the love of those around you that you can't see, you might not be physically close to, but understanding that emotion and love has no boundaries. It is not constrained by distance or even time. If you have to go back and pluck a memory from a great emotion you had with a loved one today, do it. Do whatever it is that you need to do. But I do want you to breathe it in. I want you to hold it dear and trust that it is a real experience you're having. Because I'm going to tell you, tomorrow, the energy, and it's the weirdest thing, but we are so programmable. We are so predictably irrational that tomorrow will have a totally different energy. Everyone will be out and about trying to exchange gifts and commerce and capitalism at its best. And then the requirements of the labor to help run this machine of expectation of people going out and about to the malls and out to eat and getting out the house and all this kind of stuff. So today is a precious day. Now, if you are listening to this and it's not Christmas Day, I still want you to understand that you want to make time for a respite, for a point, a day if you can, where it's all about relaxing out the stuff that has weighed you down. A lot of people don't even realize that there is a reason why there is a quote unquote seventh day of rest in a lot of religions and practices. And it's because just like your battery on your smartphone or your watch, you run down and you need to replenish. You need to uh, plug in and recharge. And so let this be something for you as well, to take the time to recharge. And when you recharge, recharge well. Don't get a bad or a weak recharge, meaning that you say, oh, I'm slowing down, but yet and still you're still doing stuff that requires you to do something. Yes, I know. I know everyone at work is still going on and still calling you, and the emails are piling up as you sit there. I know your mind will try to put your attention on all the stuff you could be doing while you're doing quote unquote nothing but sitting there relaxing, breathing, maybe watching something that ministers to your emotions to help you laugh or cry or be frightful or whatever it is that you like, that you enjoy. But don't let it trick you. Don't let it make you think that you're doing something wrong for not giving it attention. Actually, you're doing something right, because when you take your mind off of that and allow yourself to be able to focus on you and focus on your replenishment, focus on the relaxing and releasing, when you come back to it, you'll be able to give it so much more. It almost sounds counterintuitive that to go further, you must stop, but that's really what it is. And I know I've not said anything necessarily brilliant or profound today. You might say I never say anything brilliant or profound. But what I do want to say is that in everything that you are doing, you want to make sure that you do it well, that you live a life well lived. What is that saying? That instead of just passing out or passing away, let's do it in a way that matters, leaving a legacy, leaving, let me slow down, leaving something that's everlasting. We, as mortal beings, have a spark of immortality where we're able to produce that, and we're able to leave that as a legacy when we're well and gone from here. And I'm going to dare you to breathe in and to understand that when you take these times to slow down, to recollect all of the things that should matter, all of the things that will help you to be a better person, then you will be able to produce better product. You'll be able to produce a better version of yourself. You will not be short and snappy with people on a joyous occasion. You won't have frayed nerves, high stress, trigger hair, anger. You won't have that stuff. You will help yourself and others to have a great day. So breathe it in. Please don't mess this up for other people. Don't make people be on edge. Don't make them be nervous. Don't make them tiptoe around you wondering what will set you off. Because, yes, especially if you are the one driving everything, if everybody is depending on you, it's going to be real hard for you to shift down and just be. So I know I'm asking you to do something that's not as easy as it sounds, but yet and still is very needful. And yet, and yes, you're going to have people that are looking at you with expectation, that are looking at you to lead them. And it's okay. Use your words and tell them, today at this particular time, I'm just resting. I'm just enjoying everything. Fend for yourselves. Everything is where you need it. Fend for yourselves. Figure it out. Something as simple as that, and you're going to be so amazed at what happens. Because trust and know, tomorrow is coming, and if you don't take this time while you can today, You're who? I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to continue going on. In the United States, one of our biggest mass market stores is Walmart. And Walmart is closed today. Yes, they are open 24/7, 364 days out of the year. The only day they close is for Christmas. Now, if that does not show you the power of how commerce even realizes that everybody needs to have some time off, how much more should you? You're wiser than some faceless company. Take that time. Take the time to do what you need to. Yes, I know everybody is coming over or you're expected to make the rounds. Yes. But even if you just steal away for 15 minutes, go in the bathroom, go in the closet, 15 minutes and just breathe, relax, smile, just be. And don't forget to predict and project what you want for your day starting now and what you want for your future. Hold that. Do some faith exercises to breathe in and to breathe out. Breathe in what you want, breathe out what you don't want, what you don't know, what you no longer need, what is of no use to you. And then go start your day or go finish or complete your day or continue, however you want to look at it. You got this. You have got this. So, guess what? I thank you for listening today. My time is up. It is. This is Michelle Spiva, your practical priestess of wisdom, with another podcast of Wisdom Smack coming to you live on Christmas Day. Have a wonderful rest of the one with you and your family. Know that I sincerely send love, hugs, kisses, joy, faith, hope, all of those great attributes. And I fully believe and expect for you to receive it and to do well with it. Thank you for listening. Now go have fun with your family or go seize your day. Whatever it is, go do it. You've got this. And don't forget to breathe it in. I'll see you tomorrow. And that's going to do it for today's podcast of Wisdom Smack with Michelle Spiva. If you like this podcast, please help us get the word out. Like, comment, subscribe, and even share. And if you really like it, please help us continue to get the word out by considering using this show's link for Amazon. So when you want to go to Amazon and you do all of your general shopping, please use MichelleSpiva.com/AMZ. It's simple as that. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and this show might receive a little bit of commission that will go towards helping to further get these episodes out to you and to others. So thank you so much for listening. This has been Michelle Spiva with Wisdom Smack. Bye.